What's going on, Board Wars Nation, and welcome back to the official Board Wars podcast. I am here, as always, with my co-host, the epic JD. I usually call you awesome, but
changing it up.
Epic. Gonna keep you on your toes, man. And you know, as always with these playoff games here, we always have a special guest to start out with us for the game recap.
Mm-hmm.
Are you excited to see who it is, JD? It's a
so
huge
excited.
Mystery.
It's weird.
Wow.
I don't know who it is.
All right, let's go see right now. And our special guest is revealed, of course, surprise, surprise, to be the reigning winner of last week's playoff game, the one and only Slushy. Slushy, oh man, what a game you won last week. I mean, that was one of the craziest games I've ever seen. It was honestly kind of like two games kind of like rolled into one.
It was crazy. It was not what I was expecting in the slightest.
No, I don't think it was what anybody was expecting. No. And a little bit, actually, maybe to start, before we had you on here and while we were talking before the stream or before the recording, you were telling us about the origins of the Slushy name. Yes. And how you used to be Slushy Slams. You had a few iterations. Do you want to kind of like recount the story? Because I don't know if we've ever officially documented that in the Board Wars canon.
When I got the Xbox One when I was like 12, all right, so like 10 years ago, Slushy Lizard 222 was the Xbox generated. Went with that for, I would say, like 3-4 years at that point. Rainbow Six Siege, huge, right? We get into it. We create a clan as any high school, friend group does, the Prodigy group. So I go by Prodigy X Apex for a few years. Then get into Overwatch, which was like my main game for a very long time. So I had to rebrand because we were doing some streaming, some videos. Went back to Slushy because everybody called me Slushy no matter what my gamer tag was. And then Slams was, a huge word going in the Overwatch community saying like, oh, you just got slammed.
Yeah.
It was, and so it flows off the tongue, and so I went Slushy Slams.
I like it. And then obviously in Board Wars you were just Slushy, but
it's just because like I can't have just Slushy on anything.
Sure,
because it's taken.
Yeah, but I mean, as a founding, you were the second overall pick back in the day, the second ever player to enter the Board Wars League. It's awesome.
Could have been first.
Could have.
Maybe should have been.
Could have had Slushy. That would have been interesting. I wonder how that would have.
What a multiverse to travel
it's
down.
Like Board Wars.
One
what if?
That's an insane what if to the cuties. Luke Jogger Slushy.
Yeah, I love to go back and draft class and look at like, who was like the sleeper pick. Like the idea that like the Slushy, not the Slushies. I've done that like 5 times the last few days. The Sallies. Like could have had Goober season 1. They just didn't draft him. They drafted, I think, Caden instead,
I think Caden was our last pick that year.
Actually, no, Dakota Sheets.
Or was it Spitz?
No, it wasn't Spitz. Spitz got drafted
earlier.
with the Beavers in round 2.
Oh, that's what it was.
Beavers in round 2. But it's interesting to go back at the drafts and look at it and see like, who could have gotten picked where. The chess rules draft was interesting in retrospect.
Yeah,
I would say. But I mean, we don't have to talk about leagues past. I mean, Slush, you were in this game, and JD, you weren't like directly in the game, but you were with Cheddar Bob, of course, as a captain. Why don't you guys kind of start by just kind of taking us through this game from beginning to end here?
Yeah.
I'll just say, the pre-match thoughts first.
Yeah.
Before going into the game, had to win. It was a must win. My chances were pretty good because we were one of the last 2 teams without a win. So that kind of helps me in probability and the political situations. So I knew I had that to my advantage. So it was more about, playing a little bit more passive at the beginning, establish relations, and then just wait for the opportunity to, get one of the teams out that do have a win, right? Get the chances more on our side, which, ended up being the Raptors first. still had good relations with both the Beavers and the Cuties at this point. But then I feel like attentions just turned to everywhere, like for everyone, like everyone became sus of everyone all of a sudden. And so it reminded me a lot of like season 1, like where there was like no relations.
Yeah.
And it was just like just like went and like don't stab me, please. Because like it was me and Gideon were just talking about it. Like us and the Cuties, we have a good like relation. Accio isn't part of that hierarchy. So it was very interesting have like doing politics with somebody in the Cuties that doesn't really know how the politics work with the Salamanders.
Yeah.
So that was very interesting to navigate. But now there's just a few instances politically that I think changed the tide. I think that's where it was.
Yeah, totally. I think the Bears are very intrigued by the diplomacy of that game. Obviously, going into it, we were in a little bit different situation with me winning the game previously. We were now in the spot where we're going to get targeted by the Sallies and the Cuties. Now there's the Raptors and us. So our plan was kind of, at the beginning, we kind of stacked up immediately because we weren't, is Slushy going to bum rush us? Is AccuDub going to come over at us? Are they going to team up immediately? Because that was kind of, we knew the Cuties and the Sallies had previous relations, and we were assuming that they would immediately hop on, like, hey, these two teams need to get out. Let's work something out. So we immediately trying to bunker ourselves down, got him Baxter. But then once we kind of got hit by AccuDub, that great play with Thor, we realized insane. That was an insane play. That was a great play. I feel like the Bears, we always just get team wiped a lot. Like, we have seen a lot of team wipes. And I don't know if we are putting ourselves in that position, we build up a little too fast, but whatever it is, we've seen a lot of it. But it was a great play by him. But by that point, we kind of realized that we thought maybe Slush would come over, maybe finish us, but Cheddar Bob and Slush had a good relation kind of that entire game. And they're working together. When we saw that, I was like, Cheddar Bob, like, Slush is not going to backstab. Like, he's a man of his word. Like, if he's chill with you right now, then you're going to be good. So our thought was to sit back, and it looked like the Raptors were the main target. So we were trying to build up our stuff and trying to point it at the Raptors. But also at the time, Cheddar Bob was kind of teamed with Tim. So it was very interesting how the game was working out. But then eventually, as you know, they get their fourth ability, and they get to choose it. And they get the weird Mageddon.
Oh my gosh.
That was a top tier play.
That was insane. Well, I knew that was coming like literally 2 turns before it did.
Yeah.
Because I saw he got the final boss thing, and I was like, if Victor becomes the final guy, he's just actually I thought he wasn't gonna go for Dragon Quest. I thought he was gonna go for the castle that the King of the Skeletons lives in. Because they had like 20 skeletons in there, and he would have charged his ability by like 200. It would have been insane. Like I think it's 25 per CPU kill. So 20 times 25. I mean, you do the math. I mean, that's an insane charge for his ability. I thought he was going to do that for a long time. When he also got that Death Star, he used it on Dragon Quest, which I guess like it's nice because you get the Dragon Quest stats, you get some items, and it doesn't just charge the ability. Mm-hmm. But the castle that the King of the Skeletons lives in could have been insane. He also had some tile manipulation. So I was like, maybe if you switch a bomb, put it in between them, and then blow it up, kill everybody, in that area. I don't know. I saw some plays. Eventually he did do it, and he picked a Weird Mageddon, which was insane because the Apocalypse was revealed to be... what's it called? Five Nights at Freddy's. Yeah. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Probably the worst one for him to control.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It's probably not the worst. I think Cthulhu maybe would be the worst just because you can only move one.
Yeah.
I don't know, though. Like, the snake would have been insane. Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs would have been insane. Tacos is insane. Yeah. Like, I don't know. It would have been a crazy outcome, but I mean, I don't know. It was an interesting situation, and I thought there was so much aura. Cheddar Bob was kind of out of the game in my mind. He got wiped by AccuDub. AccuDub had a lot of momentum and a lot of power going into this end game, and then Slushy, he didn't have like the most power, especially after his top card dies, which we'll see here in a minute. But Slushy had Luffy at the start of the game, which was insane.
It always is.
For those who don't know, Slushy's been trying to get Luffy on his team for like all year. I think since last season,
All
he's been
season.
trying to get him. And correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't you play as Luffy in the finals? Wasn't he on your championship team?
Yeah, Nightcrawler. And
For some reason, I remember Luffy being in that game. I don't know.
I think Luffy was in that game. I didn't get him.
Okay, because it was a long time coming. I've been trying to give Slushy Luffy for a long time. And obviously, like, I can't decide which team gets picked by what. So I was just kind of like, oh man, I'm putting, Luffy in this game with Slushy, and I'm just praying that he's gonna pick it, right? And then he like completely soul read, and in like 2 minutes picked spot number 2.
It took me no more than 30 seconds.
I was like, oh my gosh.
Me and Gideon, we have the text. Board dropped in the Discord. I checked it out a minute later. I texted Gideon, spot 2, period. No, and then when you made the group chat, I put 2 like pretty much instantly.
The Gus reaction of that was like, oh, and I was like kicking my feet and like, like I don't know, dude. I was excited. I was like, oh, Slushy's gonna get Luffy, and that's when I was like, okay, I think Slushy's gonna win. And then you summon Zoro, which is like Luffy's
that was
right
also a soul
man.
red.
So that was insane.
Well, because the funny thing was that he was right above Luffy. Like it was the card closest to Luffy. Yeah. So
it was awesome. I mean, I don't know. That's such luck there, but I mean, it was kind of setting the stage. So I was like, I felt pretty good about Slushy's endgame, but Akio-Dub I think was in the best position.
Mm-hmm.
And Tim kind of started by killing Emmett because he didn't want to get rid of he didn't want to risk them building the memory gun, which is the item that you need to kill Bill Cipher. Then I think after that he killed Guts, and he was playing some defense. What was going on in your guys' head? Because we called like 5 or 6 timeouts in a row, something like that.
It was a lot of talking back and forth between the team, like on my phone, and then everybody else on the board, because like Gideon helped with like starting the conversation, like, hey, like we gotta get the memory gun, we gotta get Minecraft Village. And so then that got me talking on the board, figuring out with the bears was pretty easy. The cuties, they were also listening along and then found out their part. And so everyone knew like if we didn't work together at that point, it was kind of game over, right? And nobody wants it to end in a game 3. So it was a decent opportunity to see what it would look like if the whole board united for one purpose, and that was to defeat the big bad. But it was when Guts died specifically, a little fear and adrenaline went in to my head. It's never fun losing your top card, but I've also never won with my top card, so I'm kind of used to it at this point.
Slushy's Mr. Gritty end game.
I don't have clean wins. I never have a win with more than 2 cards. It's just kind of the game I play.
What was Astrobear HQ like when that was going on?
I mean, Emil when it flipped, I'm a little bit of fear. When I saw that, I'm be honest, Gus. No, as the captain Astro Bears, I'm just gonna be honest. I didn't realize he could pick the 4th one. I didn't read it all the way down. Sure. I hadn't seen that card, so I read down. I was like, oh, random, and I just didn't read the last awesome. Or chosen. So I didn't fully realize. I knew he was gonna be really crazy, defensive 9, and that's why we had Death Stars. We were like, if he does something crazy, we could just immediately just take him off the board, waste our resources that we've been building up. So by the time we kind of been saving our resources, I think by that next turn we would have had enough for 3 Death Stars or a revive and Death Stars. So that was kind of our game plan. But when it got flipped, I was scared. Slushy kind of took the charge of it, kind of telling people what to do, because obviously he's a veteran. He had Cheddar Bubs, who's a rookie, and Akio-Dub, who's still newish to the game. So Slushy kind of had to take charge of leading that. So sitting as the captain was there to help, but also like not being the one playing. It was like a little stressful. I'm like, there's no way we lose this game. There's no way like we blunder here. Oh my days. There was a lot going through my mind, and I was like, this would be tragic. About turn in, we did realize we had Syndrome, who his ability is if there's an item on the ground, he can pick it up and immediately use it. The problem was we were going to tell the board, but since of the new rule, if we said that, the Raptors would have then heard us say it. Because we realized that after our turns was too late, and if we said it during the GM turn or one of your guys' turn to drop it, Tim would have heard it and taken out Syndrome. So the first turn, we were actually pretty comfortable. We just sat Syndrome close enough to, I think Echo had at that time. They had moved all the guys, so we knew that he was going to hit us, and even if Echo did die when he attacked him, we were just going to pick it up and use it. So by that time, we were...
Those bubbles.
Yeah. So by that time, we were pretty, like, chill, but the first, like, turn and the first... I mean, it was probably, like, 10 minutes because all those timeouts. It was a lot, like... There was a lot going through the head, like, trying to figure it out, but once we saw the Syndrome, Minecraft was actually created. We got all those emeralds. We were pretty safe. The sad thing was we had to use all those points. Our game plan was Baxter, and we were like, either we could like strategically kind of do it, but we're like, the chances that like we'd lose the game and those items were important, and it was like, we couldn't live with like, we're the reason that we were greedy and we saved those Baxter points. We're like, we'll just use all of them. Sure. We don't need to win this game. Let's just make sure the Raptors don't win. That's what's most important on our minds right now. But then after the fact, it was unfortunate because Mike Tyson was dead. It was like we could have revived him. We could have been back in the game, like all that stuff. But honestly, we were just focused on not letting them win and giving it to Slushy or Accio Dub to give us a game 4.
Yeah, and I mean, with that, I mean, I think you used all of the Baxter points on items, and I think it got you 8 items. Mm-hmm. So for those of you at home, that's the equivalent of 3 Death Stars and an assist character.
Yeah.
Only for items.
Yeah.
But like Cheddar Bob ended the game with 19 items gained. But like I was really impressed by Tim this game. This was actually the first Tim game I've seen where I'm like, okay, this guy's legit. Because like I know he's got 2 wins here, and I think his 2 wins were good. They were good wins. But like one of them was a tie, you know. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, he just has never
Was he
had...
a part of that Katniss game?
Mm-hmm. He was the Raptor for the Katniss game with Indiana Jones. And it was just like he hadn't before, to me, put up such a convincing performance. I'm not saying like to tell me he's a good player. Mm-hmm. I knew he was good, but just to show that he was like, in my mind, like borderline elite player. In that game, he put up such a fight, and he like demanded that the whole board unite on him in such a way. And he played when he was on top in such a way that I was like, Tim Wright is a legit like award winner, and he's going to deserve some of the award praise he gets this year. Being 2-2 now. I'm thinking
he definitely deserves more talk.
Yeah,
I'm thinking
that was definitely a game that
Depoy.
Was he led a lot of that game.
He did.
Yeah,
for sure.
And the whole board needed to like Avengers assemble on him just to have a shot.
No, exactly.
It was awesome.
That only happens to a few players, and that's like, you know,
100%.
That happens when you have like a win up in like a game 2 in the playoffs, or like he.
So. Well, and as you were saying, I mean, Cheddar Bob made his sacrifice.
Yeah.
What were we gonna say?
Oh, I was just gonna just hype up Tim. I mean, it was impressive.
Yeah,
in that game, is Accio Dub and Slushy both tried to make multiple moves on him, and it didn't do anything. And once, like, we were like, oh, Slushy's going after him. Okay, he's gonna get down, and then we're gonna take like we thought our best odds were a 2v1. Tim's out, and then they're gonna get teamed up on us, and we try to make a play. Because I mean, once you have they're going for, we already have a win. So 2v1 would be better than Tim still in the game. But they kept going for him, and he wasn't dying or like taking anything. We're like, shoot, we're gonna have to jump into this. We're gonna have to like use our Death Star. So, but it was really just on Tim's part, spacing him out correctly, buffing up his defense, just the time manipulation. It was just very smart on his side by the Raptors side, and he put himself in a really good position when having all those eyes on for that many turns.
And his team was very defensive.
Live too long.
Yeah, Michael Jackson was like a really defensive card that he used really well. Rosalina, reworked Rosalina, where the Lumas are characters, is insane. That is nuts. I don't know if people know how nuts that is fully. But
so
like,
they get like
they count as characters. That's what the new Lumas are.
I did not read. So does that mean they get ticks?
That's what the new ability said. Yeah, they get ticks on everything. They get anything a character would do, they do.
That's
so
wild.
That's insane. So like they would get individual ticks on the Baxter building.
Everyone had multiple actions but my team until I pulled Zoro.
Did Accio have multiple?
Yeah, Accio had what did he have? He had something.
Accio.
I like how
he had
all
Pokemon.
The
he had Ash.
Yeah, Pokemon. That's what it was.
Yeah, that's true. all the multi-character / minion cards are different, and I like that. And that was the way that we were like, we want to make Rosalina different, is we want her people to like not even be very strong, but to count in weird ways for specific things.
That's insane.
So it's
You
awesome.
see the new movie?
It's awesome. I have seen the new movie. I like it.
Dude, it's so gas. I saw it last
I was
night.
texting Ryan Paskert about it. We were big fans of the Mario Galaxy movie.
I love the Fox cameo.
Fox McCloud was Board Wars legend. Fox McCloud, one of my favorite golds in the game. He's sick.
That was just a good movie.
It was. But I mean, I guess to get back on track, Cheddar Bob was kind of the sacrificial lamb that made the end of the season possible. And I think for that, he gets all of our greatest condolences and respect. Because Cheddar Bob, I think, plummeted the most out of any player I've seen play a playoff game this year. He went from like an 87 down to an 84.
Oh, no.
Yeah, he did. He lost 3 overall, which is so rare when you play a playoff game. It's just his damage ratio, I think, was 0.1. He did 98 damage and he took 997 damage.
It's insane. Hey, he knew the situation in the game.
He took that much damage.
He healed 232 healing.
That's why Cheddar Bob's a dog. It's because he also had the turtles and they all have like.
And he had a summon.
Yeah.
And he had an assist character.
Yeah, so 6 deaths.
Yeah, his Dr. Mario was just healing
10.
everyone.
Yeah, using the skeletons.
Mario sucks.
Yeah, he's
So
awful.
bad.
He's awful.
I was when he was playing in the game. I don't remember what we had him.
How to be so low.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I feel like in the moment it was like because he doesn't use his action to do it. It's like a cool little side effect. But in retrospect, like that is such a rare like. Here, let me see if I can find.
I'm looking right now.
I want to know where we put him.
We put him.
We put him.
Yeah, he's in the. Oh wait, no.
Fine, I guess.
No, that sucks.
He's fine, I guess. I mean, I guess that's whatever. That's not a bad take, but he's so bad. Some of the assist characters are amazing. Some of them are so trash.
Yeah, Ben was actually mad when he realized he had used his action. He was like, "You gotta be kidding me!"
So funny. It's so funny. So I mean, Cheddar Bob was the next man out. Slushy, you had an amazing play with Echo, and I think you got some of the best value out of Echo we've seen all season. Talk us through how you knocked him out of the game.
So Echo was. As soon as Echo was flipped and we read the ability, we knew Death Star was going to be, what we shoot for. So like from the first minute we saw Echo to the last, we knew that Death Star was how we were going to probably win. So it was just about how we get there. Earlier, we talked about how me and Akio tried to wipe Tim. That was supposed to be the start of it. Like as soon as Tim's off the board, Death Star's wide open, we throw Echo in there. GG's. That didn't end up happening. He ended up staying alive, so it took a little bit longer. Echo getting to the Death Star though, I think we wasted 1 Death Star tick or something, or we wasted something. That was kind of unfortunate, but we had to wait until Victor was dead. We had to wait until we had a 1-turn alliance with Akio. So it was kind of just, it had to be Cheddar. Luckily for us, he put both of them in the same tile. And yeah, it was the easy choice.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you wiped him out. You did a lot of damage to Akio, I think, on the first turn as well. Because you attacked Thor and then you went back in time with Echo to get the 40 damage on Thor as well. And I mean, you really got a fast punch on Akio dub there. And then it was a 1v1 between Slushy and Akio. And we'll kind of go into detail about how that one-on-one went, but it was insane. It took a long time as well.
Yeah.
I mean, like 10 turns or so. This game was basically 2 games. There was like Act 1, which was the Tim shenanigans. And there was Act 2, which was purely a 1v1 from Slushy and Akio dub. One of the best 1v1s I think we've ever seen. This game, even though it's long, is epic all the way through. And this is, in fact, the only game in Board Wars history where 2 players had 1,000 damage in one game.
Really?
Wow.
Both Accio and Slushy sported 1,000 damage. But combined between Accio and Slushy, they had 20 kills and 24,000 or 2,400 damage.
That's insane.
Accio had
That's insane.
1,300 damage and 8 kills. Slushy had 12 kills and 1,100 damage. It was
12 kills?
Yeah, 12 kills and 1,100 damage.
Dang.
Nice.
Insane. And Slushy, you've raised from your 85, which looked so wrong in all of our eyes, to a 92 overall. Tied with your rival over here, JD.
I saw that when he joined. I was like, ooh, that looks nice.
It's pretty sweet. But I mean, this game was
I think we ended up tied last year too, no?
Yeah, 98.
I think so.
I think
Tied at 98.
Hey, maybe
legit.
Another playoff game, maybe.
Hey, one more. Uno mas.
Slushy is on pace to be, I think, one of 3 players that have 3 All-Stars. It'll be Luke, Gideon, and him. Is that right?
That sounds.
Does Gideon have 2?
Drew's not.
Gideon,
does he only have
Gideon
1?
season 1 and 2, I think both was an All-Star.
John Mark won't. Caleb Ward wasn't season 1.
Caleb Ward wasn't season 1.
Yeah, that sounds correct.
I think this is it, really. I will say Brent Ritter will be an All-Star for his second of 2 years. He's got 100%.
Wow.
Indiana Jones will be 100%.
What's happening to the Beavers?
I don't know, man. I mean, I don't know. We got to see some off-season stuff. I think they're primed and ready to make a run next year, but I guess we can kind of conclude the game with kind of how the 1v1 went. He kind of knocked down you knocked down a bunch of his pieces. There was a moment. There was a few moments where we thought you were going to win, and then a few moments where we thought you were going to lose. If we want to recap them.
So the moments when I thought I was for sure going to win was when Luffy was alive.
Yeah.
When Luffy was alive, I thought we had it in the bag. There was no way we lose. It was just about getting the ticks on the Death Star.
Lucas revived, and at that point, I thought you were done for.
Lucas revive.
Yeah.
I remember killing him the second time. I just didn't remember.
Because we
killed him the first time, and then
yeah, I thought it was
the thing was if we talk about the game, if we go back that turn, I asked like, hey, if Luffy has a recharge, right? And then we were like, we can't go back, blah blah blah. I would have used that recharge to grab the Chaos Gem, and I would have changed Mercy's office. That was the plan.
But we didn't realize Luffy had his ability back.
Exactly. So it was a miscalculate or like a miscount.
Yep.
Couldn't go back. Just had to deal with it. Roll with the punches. But that was supposed to be negated. That whole revive. After that point, it was kill Lucas as fast as possible. Yeah. After we kill Lucas, we get Thor stuck. It'll take him so many turns. He was rolling. Like, I feel so bad. Like, it was just roll after roll after roll.
You trapped him in Olympic swim, and then you put he was about to exit, and then you put the 100-acre wood right up. I was like, that's so mean. That's so evil.
Gideon was like, while like I was like going with the board and like playing, he was like scrolling all the tiles, like what's the worst tile we can give him, and he found the 100-acre wood. So yeah, it was just a fun game. Thor getting stuck was huge. Lucas dying after it was just one Death Star it took.
Yeah, I mean, you killed Lucas again, and then I mean, he ended up getting a sneaky Death Star because he took the
Emmet.
Yeah, he took the Ring of Power from you, and you didn't realize it had been that long, and you didn't realize he had the speed to get there. And I didn't. So
it was just that was a total miscalculation. We didn't we're like, there's no way it takes 4 speed just to get in, and he just went up. Yeah. So it was interesting just looking at each other on the phone like.
Oh, and that's how Luffy died.
That's exactly how Luffy died.
But he should have died earlier. I don't know if you remember it, but it was because of remember he got that other Death Star, but Luffy was invisible at the time, and he was like, "Oh, I guess I'm just gonna." Or he got the Angry Bird, Mighty Eagle.
He got the Angry Bird. He overthought where we placed Luffy.
Yeah, that Luffy was invisible
as well. But volleyball should have gone off 2 turns earlier. So
It's true.
Who really should have died?
It's true. I mean, there was so much happening. It was one of the craziest end games we've seen, and Slushy took home the win. And Akio Dub, I think, is on an insane streak right now of losing to legendary players just in gritty end games. He lost to JD in the Eclipse game to get to the playoffs.
He's lost in some of the worst end games possible.
He has. Well, he lost to you in that game. He lost to Enigma in the gritty end game where Enigma revived Magneto. And he lost to Gideon earlier this season to Dragon Balls. I mean,
he lost in the Dragon Ball win.
Yeah.
So I mean,
I gotta send him a message.
I
gotta send him a message.
I love Akio. He's been a part of some legendary games.
He's a great kid, great energy, and a great player.
Great guy for sure.
Wild.
For sure. And Slushy took home the win, the 3rd of his career, which is insane. I mean, we just saw so many records be broken, not only with the double 1,000 damage game, but with Slushy winning his 3rd playoff game. And I mean, that has some legacy talks that we're going to be talking about later, JD. But I mean, Slushy, before we move on to our little bonus segment here that you know about, but the audience doesn't, do you want to maybe say what you think about legacy talks for a minute, where you think you should be put?
It's funny. So we were just me and Gideon, we're always talking about Board Wars, as a captain and vice captain does.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about like Luke is just like Luke shouldn't exist. Like the fact that he, like, no matter I could win the next playoff game and he would still be first. Like he's just
I don't know if I agree actually.
I don't know. I think he's that far ahead.
No.
I think it would take me one more season. If I win the next one, I think I'm right here.
If you win that next chip, you're the best player. For sure. I think so. I mean, am I wrong for this, JD?
I've been thinking about this.
Slushy would have 4 playoff wins. That's twice the number of Luke's.
2 Legacy Cup sweeps.
Yeah, he would probably win an award this year. He'd win 2 Legacy Cups. He'd had 2 championships. Luke has 1. He'd be the best player of all time, I think.
I think this is where my mind goes. I think you would have a really good argument. It makes me think of like a Michael Jordan versus LeBron James. Michael Jordan has so much aura, just like Luke. Just like, let's be honest here. But then LeBron, he's put up all these stats, but it's like everyone still thinks he's the GOAT no matter what because of what they've seen. And that's similar to Dr. Luke is he's been the GOAT for so long, and like since day one he's been the GOAT. Like it was like maybe there was like Luke Drew, but it was just like Luke pretty much took that pretty fast, I feel like.
I remember,
and it's funny that you bring that like Jordan comparison up, because it was like Luke, or like Luke 1, Drew 2, Luke 1, Slushy 2, Luke 1, Gideon 2, Luke 1,
JD
Caleb
2.
2.
Yeah,
so like JD exactly. So like no matter, it was always Luke 1, like since day one. And I, as a player, I think maybe I just I respect it so much more that I think I have to strive a little bit more to surpass him. Other people's opinions, they're their opinions. If somebody said, if I win, let's say it goes to game 5, I win. If somebody says I'm the GOAT, I'm not going to argue with them.
Yeah, sure.
Right.
Sure.
But I want to strive for more to beat Luke. Right.
Wow.
Because I don't think it's been enough yet.
The eye of the tiger, baby. I love that. Well, I mean, I guess for our last little segment here, before we let Slushy go and be an amazing, tasty drink for the rest of the day, we have our team draft game that we played last week. Now, of course, we the way you play this game is you hit roll and you have all of you get to pick a captain slushy and you get to pick player 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now, this is going to require you to have some ball knowledge because JD, I mean, do you concur? I think we should do all time here.
I think all time. Slushy's been around for a while, so Slushy knows ball.
And I'm going to write down in my little notebook here, Slushy, Gus, and JD. JD, you'll go last, but we'll snake.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So number 1 here. So the way this works, Slushy, is if you pick player 1 for a team, you have to pick the season that you want, right? And if you pick player
if when player 1 pops up, it'll be a team, and then I go season 3 or season 2.
Then you would get that
1.
player from either the best player on that team, the highest overall.
Okay.
And then if you pick player 2, it would be their second highest player that year. Player 5 is where it gets really dicey because that's their 5th highest. Newsflash.
Yeah.
A lot of teams before season 3 don't have 5 players. It kind of depends. So you maybe, if you want to guarantee you get somebody, you should pick season 3 for player 5. But anyway, I mean, this will be all time. So I'm excited to see how this goes. Slushy, we'll start with you. And these are your options.
I'm liking the captain, I think.
JD.
Player. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go captain.
It's overall based. Don't forget that.
Oh.
The whole game is your overall higher
So
than
whatever
ours.
my overall is right now.
It's math here.
I don't rate the llamas. I'm still going JD.
JD 92. Okay. Now we're going on to my team. Let's see what I get.
Personal.
Okay. Ooh. This isn't the best roll here.
No, not at all. That's actually
Piano Man, actually, 98 is pretty good.
yeah.
I'll take Piano Man 98. All right, JD, you're next.
Llamas 4 probably isn't bad, but season
I
season
remember
2. Oh, season 2 is let's go Llamas 4 season 2.
That's a good pick. That's Jacob Hicks, 89 overall. That's that's the best player 4 in the game. All right, JJ. You've got these polls.
I thought he picks again.
Oh, you're right.
Oh,
Did
yeah,
pick again.
you're right. You're right.
In my snake draft right here.
Oh,
There we go. I want the GOAT, Dr. Luke season 2.
that's insane. 99 overall captain. Best captain pull you can get, baby. I over here. Oh, this isn't going to get. Actually, I think Astro Bears 5 isn't that bad. Let me think on who that is. It's not Max. It's not Papa Bear. It's not Parker or Cheddar Bob. It's Lil T, 78.
Maybe. It's somewhere around there. About
All
that.
right, I think that's where I'm gonna go. Lil T, 78.
This is me?
Yep.
All right.
I mean, low key. What the Raptors? Top three: Enigma, Straw, Timothy Wright. They're all 90 plus.
It's true.
That ain't bad.
Pretty good pull right there.
I'm gonna go Raptors.
I like it. I
It's a
like
good
it.
one.
So Raptors player 3, I'm guessing from this season. So that is Straw at a 92.
That's a good 3.
That's pretty good. That's one of the best 3s I think you can get. Okay.
Is it me again?
Yep.
Not beating the Dragons. I don't think. Let me think on the season. It's
Should we do that? We can't draft each other's players.
Oh, that would make it interesting. You would have to keep.
Like,
you'd have
what
to
do you
keep
mean?
track of that if we did that.
Because that's okay. I can keep track of it.
Okay.
But that would mean he can't pick
The track.
Piano Man.
I'm down with that. If you want to keep track of that.
Oh,
But you could pick the Dragons player one from season 2, who is pretty good.
yeah, that's what I was. Okay, I'll go with that.
Okay, I think that's
Conlo.
Brent Ritter 96.
That sounds right.
All right.
Just speaking of him.
Okay. So I've got Lil T, I've got Piano Man. I think I'm gonna go Noah LeGrand here, player 4. I think he's an 87 overall.
That's good.
That's high.
Yeah. Raptors they got depth.
All right. What are you thinking here, JD?
Oh, is this me?
Yeah.
How's it me? Gotcha, I believe you. Okay, what is it? What's the picks?
This is brutal.
Uh,
Well, you can't have Piano Man or Brent Ritter for your dragon pick, so you can't pick the Dragons. Unless we say maybe you get the second best dragon then.
nah, let's just stick with the. You have to. Did someone already pick Raptor 3? Slushy did.
Yeah, he picked
I
Straw.
So then,
So Raptor 3, I think.
I
would
guess
be-
Got
I
a good
have to
cuties.
go
Correct.
season 1. Caleb Ward.
That's true.
Yeah.
That stinks. Now Caleb Ward is off the board, but it's like the worst version of him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I like that. Oh. Oh, I remember one of these picks is actually secretly good.
Yeah. It's me again.
Yeah, it's you
I
again.
feel like the Jets all average at like an 84.
Yeah. Jets 5, season 3.
That's Swamp Dave 81.
Yeah, they all average out at like an 84.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, I could take John Mark. That's really not a bad poll. There's actually, I think, very few captains I could get that are better than that. Or I could pick their player 2, which I think season 2 was Kyle Bruns at a 92 overall.
Around there.
Or I could take John Mark season 1, who I think was a 96. Actually, I'd take him this year just to be safe. He's a 96. I'll take John Mark.
Okay.
96 overall. JM. Let's go. All right.
Let's go. A lot of dragons.
Yeah.
A lot of dragons. You're getting a dragon team, baby.
Dragon 2.
I think we really should do if they're available, because there's a chance that we get nothing, I guess. I don't know.
Let me go Dragon 4. Let me go Dragon 4.
Which season?
Last season.
So season 2?
Yes.
I actually don't know off the top of my head who that is, so let me check. I think that's not bad though. We'll
Brent,
see.
Ian, Joel, Piano Man.
Piano Man, what's his overall?
Oh, I don't know.
I think it's 86.
That ain't
Man,
bad.
that's good.
Out of my 4?
That's a good force.
Yeah.
Out of my power forward? That ain't
I'm
bad.
gonna double check real quick. Yeah, 86. Okay. All right. I think that was your second, right?
Yeah. That was my third. Fourth.
Yeah.
So
Okay. No. Actually, you have one more before we snake around. Slush.
then I will go. Ooh. Was Cuties picked already at the 2?
It was picked Caleb Ward for season 1.
Yeah.
So you could do season 2 or season 3.
But it can't be Caleb Ward.
I think season 2 is Alex Bruns.
Yeah, and he didn't win.
He did.
Did he?
He did.
Oh, he did. So he's like a 90.
That wouldn't be Alex Bruns.
Last
He'd be the
year-
one.
No, Alex Bruns season 2 was there. Oh, you're right.
Because Luke was.
You're right. Season 2 would
Captain.
be Caleb Ward. Wow, Alex Brunson's been higher than Caleb.
But Caleb Ward's already been picked, right?
Yeah, Caleb Ward's been picked.
Who's did we have 5 players season?
Yeah, you did.
2?
Season 3
we did.
Season 3 you did. I don't know about season 2.
Season 2 it was me, Dan, Goo, Zach played.
Oh,
Dakota played. Not picking that. I'll pick Cuties 2 now.
Okay.
This season.
Cuties 2 today is Akio Dub 85.
Oh,
that's a little tragic. Okay. To finish off for me, or my second to last pick, I guess. I don't want to pick Cuties 3. That is already a death sentence. I can foresee. I think I'm going to pick Bears or the Beavers player 2.
what season?
This season it's Bucky. I think 90. I think that's the best it's going to get. To be honest with you. Yeah. I'm taking
like
Buck.
Charlie.
Or I'm taking Baby Bucky.
Him
Yeah.
or Charlie.
Baby Buck.
Baby Buck.
All right, Baby Bucky. All right, your last 2 picks in a row, JD.
The Raptors 3 was already taken, correct?
Yes. So I think we can rule that it will go back as far as, people who haven't been taken. So if you pick season 3 Raptors, you would get 79 overall Preston Donahue. If you pick season 2 Raptors, I genuinely don't know.
I'll just go.
It would be just rules.
I'll go safe. I'll go Python season 3.
Okay, Python season 3. Python season 3 is a 95 overall.
Okay. I'll take that one.
That's not bad
at all.
And your last pick is Dragons player 3.
Well, then I'll go Dragon season 2, which would have been what? Jolie Polly?
I think.
That's not bad either.
Yeah, I think that's in the 90s, I'm pretty
Dragons
sure.
had a good season 2.
Yeah,
I wonder
whose captain they had.
I wonder why they had such a good season 2.
Wow. Okay, we'll count up JD's score real quick. He's got 99 Dr. Luke. Wow. 99 Dr. Luke plus 95 Python plus 90 Caleb Ward plus 93 Jolie Polly plus 89 Jacob Hicks plus 81 Swamp Dave. That's 547. Unreal score. Okay. We'll go to my last pick here. Now, so far, I need to figure out what I
you got
I got the Dragons player 3. That stinks. Okay, let's see what I have so far. I've got 96 John Mark, 98 Piano Man, 90 Barbecue Beavers, 87 Noah LeGrand, and 78 Lil T. So I've got a score of 449 right now.
You just needed 100 points.
I needed like a 98 overall player here. I'm not going to get that. I'm going to get the Dragons season 3. Now, this season, I don't know. The problem is I can't pick their third player last year because it wouldn't be Piano Man who's unavailable. It would be Joe Schro.
Oh, and he's like a 70.
Yeah, that was a big drop off.
Yeah.
That was a fun game.
But I could pick season 3. Who is their season 3 guy?
No.
Tribesman? No, it's not Piano Man. It's not Sigazale. It's not Jolie Polly. It's Tribesman. I guess I'm going Tribesman.
I don't think it's the worst third pick. Is he in the 80s?
He's 81. Wow. Okay, that's 530 total score.
I mean, for a team that missed the playoffs, that's not terrible.
Yeah.
And
to get out of their third.
Oh no.
Is that even a thing?
I think the only guy you can pick is Caleb Fletcher, who is a 72 overall. Let me double check.
Yeah, I can't. Was that season this season?
4. Nope, it's Goose in a Well, 76 overall.
Oh, hey, that's
Goose in a Well.
What a ball.
Let's go. Okay, so your picks were 92
500.
JD, 96 Brent Ritter, 85 overall. Akio Dub, 92 overall Straw, 86 overall Piano Man, which is technically cheating because I had Piano Man, so it should be Joshua, but we're gonna forget about that. And then we're gonna do 76 Goose and Well. That is 527 score.
500.
So hey, I mean, third place because 3 below me, and then I'm 17 below JD. That's ridiculous. JD won by a landslide.
You guys were close, guys.
JD won by a landslide. Oh my gosh, that is insane. I mean, guys,
That was fun.
play your games and let us know what your score is. JD, I think, had the best score we've seen on the podcast so far, 547. I mean, he could have gotten a better 1 and a better 2. I know Python said he got a pretty high score. I don't know how high he got, but let us know in the comments how good you do. And I mean, Slushy, we're going to move on to the next segment here. But before we do, is there anything final you want to say about the games we've got coming up, or I don't know, what's going on in the Salamanders' heads?
Salamanders are excited to continue the playoffs. I think everybody wants it to end as soon as possible, but nobody really wants it to end as well. So it's, we're savoring our last moments this season and, looking forward to every game.
All right, Gus, for our next segment, we've been doing this for the past couple weeks. We got Game 4 game reactions. We got a few more we're going to list here. I'm going to read them out. We're going to say, no, they're not true, or yes, they are. And we're kind of hash them out. We're kind of going here a little bit blind. We've wrote them down, and maybe we're kind of hash out our opinions here, and kind of maybe we'll have a little more disagreement on this one than other times. Because usually we agree a lot more.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. We usually agree. I've been trying to play up some of the disagreements lately. Maybe this time I won't need to. Maybe it'll just be so controversial. I don't know.
Okay. Here we go. I guess I'll start off right here. The first one, Slushy, vice captain of the Salamanders, is the second best player of all time. I think I got my answer. 3, 2, 1.
Whoa.
We agree.
You're even going to say it too?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's difficult. I think early in the podcast, I was explaining my argument for my second best player of all time. I think that'd be the only other argument I guess you can make against Slushy.
I agree.
But after that win, and I even said once he gets that other playoff win, it's again a no. It's a no-brainer. He's immediately the second, right below Dr. Luke. I mean, he has 3 playoff wins most ever. He's tied for the second most wins. There's no other person that compares to him other than me. And there's a with those playoff wins, there's just, you can't compare them.
It's true. I mean, I don't know. 3 playoff wins is insane. He's got 5 wins now, like you do, and he's just got the accolades. I mean, that's another thing that Slushy just has over you. Offensive and depoy is more valuable than an MVP in my mind. Also, Slushy's never not had an all-star. And season 1, JD, obviously we know what happened. Which I don't know. It's on one hand, it's kind of sad because it's like not really JD's fault. He was growing, and I'm sure there will be a year soon where Slushy, has a slump year and he doesn't make an all-star. But we haven't seen it yet. So in the meantime, I think we've got to say, Slushy's never not been good. We've never lived in a world where Slushy isn't an all-star. So I mean, I don't know, maybe dark days are ahead, but I mean, I think we agree. I think Slushy right now, edges out JD for the second spot
at the moment. I think one game can change these things. I mean, I think we've seen with Slushy moving up and down. I was even
100%.
But I think we say these number 1, number 2, but they are these Legacy Talks. We're only 3 seasons in. They are really close. Even with the GOAT, those top 10, they change game to game. So it's not set in stone.
Yep. Good way of putting it.
But yeah, let's move on to our second statement. Akio Dub is the best winless player of all time.
Wow, that's high praise.
Yeah.
The best winless player of all time. Who even is in the competition for that?
Him, Mr. Java. You could throw in, I mean, guys on my team that haven't won that performed well were Cheddar Bob and Parker. There's some Jets guys. There's not a whole lot.
Interesting.
I think it's really between. I feel like you'd have to say it's between AccuDub and Mr. Java, I guess. Is there anyone else that I guess would be a front runner before we make our vote?
Not that I can think of, to be honest with you. Straw got his win. I don't know.
Caden got
I
his
think I'm
win.
ready.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. I think
so.
it's true. If you compare, if those are the two front runners, Mr. Job and AccuDub, they're both winless, but AccuDub has put up better performance and has been closer to wins than Mr. Java.
AccuDub also, in my mind, is just a better player than Mr. Java is. I mean, I think we've seen that. I think we've seen that in the pros. Here's the thing.
Mhm.
Here's the thing about Mr. Java. I think Mr. Java, I would go as far as to say, I think Mr. Java, and this might be a little controversial,
Okay.
is like the best or like a top 2 maybe coach in the league.
Okay. I mean,
I'm so serious. I think him
I
sitting
wouldn't
next
disagree
to a
with that.
guy, he is first or second best in that role. As a player playing the game, I mean, we go back and we look at his career. Let's just look at his career this season.
okay.
3rd place to Enigma. By the way, AccuDub in that
That's-
head-to-head game placed higher than him.
Yeah.
He got, I mean, I don't know, 4th place in the game that Piano Man won,
Mm-hmm.
getting edged out by Jeff and Cheddar Bob. And then he got, what, 2nd place in a game with Charlie?
Yeah. That was his closest win.
I don't know. I'm not really enthused. I think Java folds under pressure. I think he knows a lot about the game. I don't think when he's in the driver's seat, he's very good at recognizing what needs to happen at this moment. So I think like when he's removed from the driver's seat, his knowledge is very valuable. I think the second or most valuable, knowledgeable player to sit next to a player in the whole league.
Mhm.
But in the player role, AccuDub makes better decisions. I mean, I think he should have won this game in this end game if he just wasn't completely, in some ways unlucky, but in other ways outclassed by the best end game player of all time. Like,
Yeah.
that's pretty tough. And then losing to JD in a similar way, like, oh my gosh, losing the
Enigma.
the Dragon Ball game
Yeah.
and then the Enigma end game. Like, you could make an argument that AccuDub should have 2 wins right now. Maybe even 3. And it's like the Cuties have
Insane.
done, just to be honest with you, the Cuties have done such a poor job at managing
Yeah.
the development of like AccuDub and Pascaliweg. Could you imagine? I think AccuDub would have won both of those games if Dr. Luke was next to him.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I mean? Like,
Well, maybe 3 of those. Like even my game,
Yeah.
if we play a little differently. That Enigma game we got the revive. Especially this last game, I think if he had Dr. Luke next to him, I think he would have beaten Slushy.
and at least Caleb was with him with the Enigma game where he
Okay.
lost. But like nobody was with him the last 2 where he lost to you and
Mhm.
Slushy. Like, and if Dr. Luke was with Caleb and him, like in the second, I don't know, man. Like the Cuties have so much ability, but they're not very good at training up those young guys.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I think there's so much untapped potential. AccuDub, in my mind, is the best player without a win right now.
I agree. Wow. It kind of hurt me saying that, Mr. Job, I've been through a lot with him, but I think it's true.
I love Mr. Java, just for the record. I think he's one of the best coaches there is, but it's just in those situations, man. He just, I mean, and you know what? I think, and one thing I will say just positively about Mr. Java before we move on, I think it is more valuable to his team that he plays that role that is so hard to play
Mhm.
than it is that he's just another good player. Because there are captains in the league that are just another good player.
Mhm.
And that's good. That's fine. But like, I think he provides a specific, unique resource to his team that isn't that I think you could argue is more valuable.
I completely agree with that. But
So.
with that, I guess let's move on to our third one. Okay, spice up it. Tim Wright on the Ruby Raptors is the Defensive Player of the Year front runner. Front runner, that's mean like
tough.
number 1 or like top 3? Like what?
I think front runner is the front
runner. Okay.
That's what I interpret it to be. Ooh. I think I have my answer.
I
think I have my answer.
I think I do too.
Okay.
Okay. 3, 2, 1.
No.
No, I said no.
Okay. I think the reason. Do you want me to go first? Or do you want
Sure,
to go first?
you go first.
I think the reason he isn't the front runner, I think he's up there. I think he'll be in the finalists for the award, like the final 4 that you actually vote on. The reason I don't think I can call him the front runner is I think it depends on a few things. But right now, I think there are 2 guys in my mind that are ahead of him for the award. I think it's Goober, who might win MVP, so he might not even be a finalist for, this. Well, or he'll probably be a finalist, but he won't win the award if he wins MVP, obviously. But even if Goober wins MVP, I think Gideon edges him out right now. The Dragon Ball win is just such a defensive feat. And I mean, to Tim's credit, I think he's right next to Gideon. I mean, he's won in some insanely defensive ways with the tie. I mean, that's another legendary defensive feat in my mind. But right now he just barely gets, I think, edged out by Gideon in the Dragon Ball win. 97 overall right now. I don't know. I think he's up there though. And I think there's a chance, depending on how things develop, that he could win that award, because you never know. Goober could win MVP, Gideon could win Captain of the Year, and then all of a sudden we need a Defensive Player of the Year. I also think Max Power isn't a slouch either.
Yeah.
I think he needs to be considered. Those are my 4 finalists at the moment. I just think it's close enough to where I couldn't call him a front runner.
Yeah, I think I pretty much agree with you. I think Goober would be my front runner, even though he's more likely to win MVP at this time. Just like if you're going to the ballots, he would still be front for Defense Player of the Year. And then I think it's really close with Gideon. It's like I would have to really look at like the stats. I mean, you have the Dragon Ball win, you have the tie. Like those are very 2 very unique things that happen. You have Max. His first 2 games were very, very defensive. Just like that's what the game is. Then he had the 2 other games, because sometimes you gotta look at the stats. So Max is a little more difficult, but I do think I would have Gideon, Tim are really close, 2 or 3. Max makes that 4 spot at the moment, and then Goober would be the front runner.
I think that's fair to say. And I mean, it's kind of semantics, right? But I think that's kind of the nature of the question. I agree, JD.
Yep. All right. Well, let's see. Moving on to our 4th. Oh, Cheddar Bob of the Astro Bears is a top 5 rookie this season.
Ooh, a top 5 rookie this season? Cheddar Bob of the Astro Bears, top 5 rookie. Okay, I got my answer.
Okay, I got mine.
I think I know what I'm doing. Here.
Okay, you ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1. Okay, a little disagreement here.
Little disagreement here.
Doesn't
first
like
of all,
my
I
player
think it's
Cheddar
fair
Bob.
to put your player there. I think it's fair to put your guy there. I'm not gonna hate on it or anything. Actually, I might.
Okay.
I might hate on it just a little bit. Not in sentiment, but I think it's a little insane. First of all, Python is one of the best players in the league. He's got to be 1.
Yes. Okay. I agree.
And I would put Akiodub above him. I think we've already said that we would do that because we've said he's the best winless player.
Yeah. Okay. That's 2.
I think we have Bucky.
He won a game.
And I think is showing insane promise in multiple ways. I think we've got Meow Meow, who won a game and is showing some insane promise in some ways.
I forgot about.
And I think we've got Charlie Baby Bucky.
Oh shoot, I miscounted rookies.
Who I think is doing some cool things.
5.
And then I'm just looking at the list.
I don't think you said
now.
Dan. I don't think you said Papa Bear yet.
I haven't said Papa Bear
so
yet.
6.
I haven't said
I'm not going to argue against those guys. I think that might be after that one. I think you would have to say.
And then personally, I think I would argue Tribesman. I think and I love Cheddar Bob. I think he's a good player. But Tribesman has lost some pretty tough games. He lost to Caleb Ward and JD at the beginning of the year. He lost to I guess he did lose in the Charlie Java game. That wasn't the best.
I would argue Cheddar Bob probably had better comp. Cheddar Bob was facing Dr. Luke and was in front of that game the entire time.
He lost to Johnny, Caden, and Alex Bruns. Yeah, I don't know. I think Johnny, Caden, Alex Bruns, JD, Caleb Ward is an insane number of top players to lose to.
That's fair.
You know what I mean?
How many games did he play? I think this
3.
one's like
he played 3.
I think it's this. I think this one's all the other ones I agree with. This one, I guess you would. I mean, obviously he's also my player. I think
Slushy.
Cheddar Bob played 3. His third one's a playoff game in game 3, where
Piano
you're not
Man
really slated
Jeff.
to win that.
Yeah, Piano Man Jeff, Dr. Luke. So he's lost to I don't know. I'm not really gonna die on that hill. I think that's a fair argument. Either way.
I think I miscount how many rookies there are. I will concede he's not top 5. There was 5 guys who had wins, so you can't even argue with that. I think he maybe fell in the 7 spot, I guess you would say.
Yeah.
Where I would argue.
And I don't think a win is the end all be all.
It's enough though.
I think
1 versus nothing though.
Yeah, I think Cheddar Bob is capable though to achieve that and prove that he's a top 10 player in the class, which hey, I love that Board Wars is getting to the point where being a top 10 player in your class is like an impressive thing.
Yeah. Before season was 5 and that was
it was like being in the top 10 season 1 was so easy to achieve. Now it's like you've got to have 2 wins basically.
Yeah. I have 2 wins. I'm a 92.
Yeah. It's awesome. It's awesome how it's evolved. And I love that next season's draft class is looking to be huge.
Mm-hmm.
I love that. Being top 10 next year's draft class is going to be insane. You're going to be maybe a top 10 player in the league.
Mm-hmm.
It's just cool. I love how it's evolved.
No, it's awesome. Okay. All right. Well, disagree with them, but at the end, I conceded. I was miscounting rookies. All right.
Fair.
Next one. Oh man. Oh, okay. If Slushy wins game 5 of the playoffs, he will then become the GOAT of Board Wars.
The greatest of all time. I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Oh, GOAT.
Yeah. I think he becomes the GOAT.
Passing up Dr. Luke. All right, you go
Sorry,
first.
Dr. Luke.
It's heresy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness, that's so funny. I don't know. I don't know. Okay. If Slushy wins this game, he has 2 championships.
Yes.
Luke has 1.
Mm-hmm.
Not only, and this is if he wins this game 5.
Yes, and assuming he plays in that game 5.
He is not only the only player to win both playoff games in one season for their team, which is an insane carry job, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
He's done it twice at that point. Nobody else has done it once. He has 4 playoff games that he's won. Nobody else has higher than 2. He has double second place, which, by the way, to me is more impressive than Dr. Luke's win deficit. By the way, that 8-4 win deficit that we were talking about, where he was double everyone else, has now been cut down to 6-8 for Slushy.
Yeah.
So it's only a 2-game win deficit in the in all-time wins. And let's look at accolades. Dr. Luke, he won a offensive player of the year and a captain of the year. Slushy won offensive player of the year and defensive player of the year. And I think Slushy, if he wins that second game, is in a better position for awards this season to where he can widen the gap in that area. They're tied and they're all-stars. Dr. Luke had that insane 6-1 win run which I think is legendary. I think he's got the highest peak.
Mm-hmm.
But I think in terms of accolades for his career, I think Slushy would just pile him up. I don't think it's ridiculous to disagree. I think this is a fair conversation, but
yeah,
I don't know. What is your rebuttal?
No, yeah, here would be my rebuttal. Yeah, and I don't think like you saying. I think it's a fair. I think it's like a completely fair argument. Like it makes sense. I think you're right with the winning the 2 legacy cups. I think where I still have Dr. Luke is, and this is where you have to start nitpicking. I mean, this is where you start to get to the GOATs. This is where you have to go like game by game. You really have to look at like who's that better player. When you break down, I'll just look at Luke's games. When you break down season 1, he was a 97. He was the 3rd best player in the league. Season 2, he was a 99, the best player in the league. And then now this one, he's what is he has 2 wins this season. He's a 95 right now. And you'll probably get another playoff game. He stayed on top for that long, and so is Slushy. But I think in my mind, where it falls is how they went, what games they won and what games they lost. Slushy, he's won the most important games, but he was also, and this is nitpicking. This is like going to the very details because we're talking about the 2 best players here.
Yeah,
Slushy, in my mind, versus Luke, the positions they were put in those playoff games, I think Luke he took the blunt of it as the captain and had a harder chance winning those. He's hopped in the game once. He's like that last season, game 5, that he wasn't going to win that game.
He also won game 4.
I know, but
that was like the most gimme game of all time. That's the lowest viewed Board Wars game ever, by the way. That's a fact. 40 views.
That is true.
Because nobody cared because they knew Luke was going to win.
Yeah, but it's more like the position at where the team was. I think in the games, like we've even talked about, I think last season, the games Dr. Luke have lost, like half of them, were in a position where he was either like double teamed or no one on the board wanted him to win. I feel like there's very few times, just like I just don't think.
Should I do it? I'm thinking about taking the gloves off here.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm thinking about making a take on Dr. Luke that is blasphemous. I know it is. But
we're getting to the nitty gritty here.
I think if we're gonna have conversations on the GOAT, I think we've got to take the gloves off. I think
I'm down for that.
We've got to stop acting like Dr. Luke is this mystical figure, even though it's funny. And we've got to get to the real Board Wars facts.
Okay.
Here is my deconstruction of my view on Dr. Luke. All right, listen. Dr. Luke has won the easiest games of all time.
Oh, we're going here. Okay, we're going deep into it.
He wins the easiest games ever. Like, and if you go back in history, I mean, we could start. Let's start at the beginning of Dr. Luke's career. Okay. Dr. Luke begins season 1 as one of the most experienced players to enter the league, and he plays against Disco DM3, Dakota Sheets, and Deez.
Yeah.
Deez has never played again. He was a free agent signing that we needed because we needed to find a guy. Dakota Sheets has played 2 games in his career and won none of them. And Disco DM3, has any of these players played again? I mean, none of them have even lasted in the league. They've all been like, if you could find 3 players that have been pooped out of the league, I think you'd look at those 3. Let's move on to his next game that he lost. Oh, he loses to Slushy. He doesn't just lose, he gets destroyed. 11 kills on his head when he plays a good player? Okay. Slushy knocks him out. Now we're traveling down to the end of the season. He plays a good player. He plays Drew, his brother. Knocked out of the park by Drew. One of the best end games we've seen. An insane defensive end game. Dr. Luke can't beat good players. He goes into playoff game 2 against John Mark. And John Mark takes him down in the playoffs.
Playoff 2's
that's your GOAT?
Playoff 2's kind of a throwaway.
That's your GOAT? I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe okay, that's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I'll
concede there. But then what? He goes to playoff game 4 and he wins, and like he wins against Joel and Ryan Joggerst and Johnny was in that game, sure, but Johnny kind of got blitzed by Ryan. You're telling me Dr. Luke won an end game against Ryan Joggers and Joel? That's kind of what I think about that. Okay. And I'm not going to invalidate the whole championship. I'm just saying that was an easy game objectively. Season 2, Dr. Luke enters the league. He plays against Jacob Dieter. At the time, he was a 93 overall. Jacob Dieter has won one game in like 8 tries. Okay. He is not that guy. He beat Jacob Dieter. He beat Joe Schro, and he beat Parker in their debuts. By the way, all of those players ended their season sub 80 overall. Then he goes into his next game the next week, and he beats Dan Tercios, Joel, and JD. Which, by the way, I know JD is insane now. At this time, JD had not won a game yet. Okay, let's just keep that in mind.
Also, we'll point this game, there was some... Yeah, never mind. Yeah. Let's go ahead.
I'm aware. Then he goes to game 20. He beats Timothy Wright, 69 overall, Max Power, 676 overall, and Sam Dieter, 70 overall. Is that a bigger layup game than any game we've ever seen? The average overall of his competition is like 73. What are we talking about? Like, that's insane. Okay, then we go to playoff
feels like
game.
Blasphemous to hear this right now.
I know. I'm just being real with you.
It's the truth. I've gone through the same thing. I've gone through the same thing.
He wins playoff game 4,
Mm-hmm.
the most layup game of all time. He goes to a playoff game 5. Obviously, he gets wrecked. That's kind of a throwaway game. I get it. He goes into season 3. Dr. Luke with his head held high, and he beats Tennessee Turtle Man, Jacob Dieter again, and a rookie Cheddar Bob in his debut. And then he travels to his next game and he loses to Caden on Christmas. That's pretty fun. That was a fun game. And then he wins against Wonder Boy, Jacob Dieter, and Bucky. When does Dr. Luke beat the good players in the situations that matter? When does he do it? Now listen. I think there's a lot of value to Dr. Luke. I think we've seen thousands of times, just to rebuttal myself, that like a good player can go into an easy situation and still lose. That's the nature of the game. But Slushy has risen to the highest peaks of the mountain when it has mattered the most. He is locked in against legendary competition. We call him the legend killer. That's because he beats your goats. He beats your legends. He goes in there against the high competition. He literally rises, but then here's kind of where the argument also happens, but then he lowers himself with that competition. Dr. Luke is the GOAT of beating bums, but Slushy is the GOAT at beating legends. And I think that's kind of where the conversation falls apart. I would much rather have my GOAT beat legends than my GOAT beat bums. It's just what I'm thinking about right now. That's just where I'm at. And like, I know it's crazy.
Wow. It is, I'm looking at this because I've gone through it all. Like I've looked at and stuff like that. It's like hard to like that makes sense. Like logically, like that follows that makes sense. I think this was I think we were talking about a little bit off after we saw Slushy win and we're like, well, a little bit. The biggest thing is like Slushy wins that he has the 2. Because the GOAT is kind of, you have to be recognized as, it's not just like one person you do the GOAT. It kind of has to be like all consensus wise agreed. And we see that like in sports, and that's why there's disagreement, like say basketball, which I said just a little bit earlier. There's a big disagreement because it's split 50-50 and there's where you value things. And I think if Slushy were to win that, I think that would be kind of the split where what you're valuing here, more wins versus where they're winning them. And with Dr. Luke being the GOAT for so long, here's the thing. I'm just gonna be honest. I just believe that Dr. Luke is just
versus McQueen.
It's just a better player than Slushy. It's just, I think he's better. I think he's won more games, and Slushy has won in those spots. It's hard for me to say Slushy's the GOAT when Dr. Luke is still around.
I agree. Right now, I agree. But if he wins that game 5, Slushy has pulled off 2 years in a row the thing that we thought we were never going to see, which is a single player single-handedly winning their team a championship. And if he does that twice, Listen, I love Dr. Luke as much as the next guy. He is one of my best friends in the whole world. He knows this. We also happen to be cousins. I love Dr. Luke as much as the next guy, but he can't. I don't think the aura can match up against a bona fide carry championship 2 years in a row. I mean, we saw what happened. Okay, keep this in mind.
Okay.
What happened when Dr. Luke played in Game 5 to try to 2-peat?
He got teamed up.
Targeted.
Very
Do we
targeted.
not think that's going to happen to the Sallies this year? I think it will.
I don't actually.
I think it will. I think it will.
Maybe.
I think if it comes down to the end of the line and you're choosing who you're going to eliminate from Game 5, you're going to think about the Sallies first because they've already done it. Nobody wants to get two-peated on their head. I know. Even if it's subconscious, I know it's a factor.
Probably, yeah.
And we're saying Slushy is going to go to win Game 5 and win anyway. We're saying he's going to do it anyway. That alone for me is like, Luke couldn't do it in 5 to 2-peat, and Slushy can. And again, this is hypothetical. I am saying Luke is the GOAT right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're not
like, yeah, it's not that blasphemous. Wow. But like, I'm just saying, like, if Slushy can get that done, I don't know. I think people are gonna have to start singing his praises. Also, you mentioned like NBA comparisons.
Mm-hmm.
For reference, I am a LeBron guy. I'm a very strong LeBron guy, actually. I don't think it should be that much of an argument.
I am insanely strong LeBron as well. That's why this is hurting I can see where you're going from. And okay, this is where I think I would concede if Slushy won that game and Luke was in that game and he had a chance to win and Slushy beat him again. If Lucky's, and that's very likely Luke would be in that game. I think because head to head, there's 4 people playing, and like sometimes it's like it doesn't fully make sense. But if Slushy were to beat him, the 3rd time, Luke is 0-3 against Slushy in the Game 5, I would be ready to talk about it. I would have difficulty saying unanimously he's the GOAT after just that win if safe Luke didn't play. But I would be open for a big conversation if he goes in and beats Luke again.
And I think there is one thing, because I was very passionately like, all right, let's figure out how to argue for Slushy here. There is a rebuttal that I think is fair. The Sallies didn't make the playoffs year 1. I know that's not all on Slushy, but Dr. Luke has led his team to the playoffs. He pretty much carried his team to the playoffs, which, by the way, is mathematically harder than winning a playoffs for a team. He carried single-handedly his team to the playoffs. He went on a 6-1 run, which is one of the most legendary things ever. And he achieved like a 4-1 season. That is so legendary. I mean, I guess there's a chance we see Goober do that this year. I don't know. But I really kind of unfortunately doubt it. That's just so hard to do. But like Luke does have a lot of stuff over Slushy's head. But I think I do think the narrative, especially since he's the legend killer, that Slushy rises to the occasion. I would even go as far as to say, if I was playing a game against players, like if I was the captain and I had Luke and Slushy on my team, and it was a team full of like 80 overall guys, I'm putting in Luke. And if it's a game of like 90 overall guys, I'm putting in Slushy. And I would just win every game. That's what would happen. Because Slushy really, they win different kinds of games. And I think Luke, I don't know. I mean, like, what is the best guy he's beaten? I don't know.
I'm not sure.
I don't know.
I mean, yeah, it's fair. I think we were arguing a lot for Slushy. I think Luke, obviously, he's going to have more wins. He's been
more consistency.
More consistent. If you just look at stat-wise, he's still going to have the better.
He's never not had a 2-win season, by the way.
Yeah. Well, Slushy, it would be 1 season if Slushy were to win Game 5. It's so close. Like, we're nitpicking it here, and it's like
we are.
But
if Slushy wins Game 5.
Yes, if he wins Game 5, I really wonder what the league, like, every consensus, what we're thinking here. Like, I would still think that if we did a voting poll, if he wins Game 5, I would guess it would still be majority Luke, but I could see a lot more switching up, though. I could see it starting to sway over.
It's interesting.
Wow.
I mean, do we have any more questions, JD? We kind of went down that for a second.
We actually do have one more.
Okay.
There's one more. A little less. I mean, this was still part of last game, but to end it off here, after talking about the GOAT discussion, FNAF is the worst apocalypse to control with Bill Cipher.
It's the worst apocalypse
Worst.
to control with Bill Cipher.
Going through the list right now.
I think I have my answer.
Yeah, yes. I have my answer. I'm trying to go through them. It's yeah. I have
it.
I have
I think
mine.
I've got it.
I have mine. 3, 2, 1.
What do you think is worse?
I think it's one of the worst, but I'm looking at them right now. I think that where'd it go? It's not even here. I think Cthulhu would be worse because I can't think of any other ones that would be worse, but Cthulhu is one tile at a time. You can say it destroys the tile and it gets rid of the items to get the gun, the memory gun. I guess that would be the argument there, and FNAF can't. But I think it's just a lot slower. You have so much more time.
I think the worst would be Noah's Ark.
Oh,
Best case scenario, you tie.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think of that.
I mean,
one.
you could
die.
actually place the ocean right in front of the entrance, and then you could try to like play defense. But like, I don't know. I feel like that one's so tough.
Because you take some damage if it's fully ocean. So if there was unlucky rolls, you could win. But then at the same time, they would get into Noah's Ark, and they can't get items. You can't kill them. Would that be wait? How would that work? Would that be a tie, or would that be whoever has most?
It would
no, because he
go
doesn't have
based
health
on
anymore.
health.
But how would you do? You have health though, because you're the apocalypse now.
Yeah, you would be based on Bill Cipher's health before he got in.
Interesting. Yeah. What do you think of Cthulhu? I was trying to think about. Do you think
Cthulhu? I mean, like,
I think it's circumstantial.
Would just take so long. It would take so long. The best one's probably either the snake or the tacos. Tacos, you can one shot a lot of people.
Yes, tacos. You just drop.
You can one shot 5 people turn 1, basically.
Meatballs, there's 2 a turn.
Unless we would actually still rule that the tacos are random when they hit.
Actually,
where you go.
The rumbling, that would be where it just moves across the board.
Oh, that'd be the best. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be insta.
It'd be insane.
Yeah.
Thanos wouldn't be as good. I don't know. Well, I guess if you do snap, you can just win.
Yeah.
And he's pretty beefy, but
you couldn't really control that much because it would be the same.
You just control Thanos. You just become Thanos.
Thanos can't. How does that work? Thanos, this is a little off, but Thanos has stats. He can die.
Yeah. He can
so
die.
could you? So there's other ways to kill him other than using the memory gun.
Yeah. You could just kill Thanos and win.
Okay.
Same thing with the World Snake. I think the World Snake can die.
It doesn't say on it.
Really? Oh, maybe that was a used to thing.
It might have used
Mr. Java bragging that he did the most damage to the World Eater Snake.
I do remember that.
Godzilla
was
would
Java's...
be fun.
Oh, yeah.
Just move and then pick one.
Yeah, you just smash people.
You could pick all of the above. That's crazy.
Yeah. I think that one would be the worst. Thanos wouldn't be that good actually because he could die one from another area. You have to grab all the stones before you. You have to run around. People are just chipping at you.
Donkey Kong or King Kong would be pretty good.
Yeah, because you could just you just immediately. That'd be like meatballs, but only one of them, pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Okay, I mean, that was a good segment as always, and we love doing this reaction to your reactions. I guess our agreements to your reactions.
Yeah.
So let us know in the comment section down below or in the game chat what reactions you have for the next game. and we'll be sure to react to them. And JD, this would normally be the time where we are going to set up the next game of the playoffs, which would be game 4, of course. But actually, breaking news, we are not going to be doing that this week. In fact, we are rescheduling and pushing back game 4 of the playoffs. Breaking news. We are doing this because somebody did something really awesome.
They're going to have to do something really awesome moving forward, Gus.
That was extremely unprecedented. Caleb Ward, the captain of the Los Cuties, was originally going to be available to play and command his team for these final 2 games here. But in an unforeseen turn of events, he scored 9 goals in a lacrosse game himself, not his team. Himself? Him as an individual scored 9 goals and took his team to like the conference something or the finals. He has 1 more week. So in order to accommodate that, we checked with all the other teams. We're going to push it back. The next game is going to be Saturday, May 2nd.
That
will be game 4. And if we have a game 5, which I mean, I guess we don't know if we will, but if we do, it will be the Friday, May 8th. So I don't know, JD, do you think it's going to end at 4 here?
Assuming that it sounds like what we're saying was Caleb Ward, we're supposed to play that game, and he now is. In game 4, you have to have someone very good at the game and knowing how diplomacy works to win that game 4. We saw it with Luke. I think he's the best person to be put in that position, other than maybe like Drew. But if I were to pick another player to win game 4, to give his chance for game 5, it would probably be Caleb Ward. So I think it'd be really close. I do think he will. It's like we saw game 3. We were talking about earlier. It almost ended there. I think now that it happened, I know the Bears can be a little more on our toes to make sure those tiny little things don't happen. I foresee it going to game 5. I think teams want to go game 5. I think the fans want to go game 5. Game 5 is where it's at.
A team would have to win a 1v1 end game against Caleb Ward. A Caleb Ward who is probably, fresh and not damaged.
He's peaking right now, yeah.
Which is, it is possible.
No, it's, I'm not saying it's impossible.
I would actually say it's a 60% likelihood that it ends.
Oh.
And a 40% likelihood Caleb wins.
Interesting. I just think it's difficult when I can see it happening. Like, we go back to game 4 last season, we saw, I think it was Jeff, you, Goober, Luke. We saw the Llamas. I was on the team immediately. We went over Bird Island, kind of weakened your team, and you were kind of out of it. And then it was kind of Goob, Luke, and us. And at that point, maybe people played differently, but it was still like a 1v1, and Luke was over by the side, just like watching us go at it because we both knew either of us couldn't win. And maybe teams are like, you know what? I like my odds better in game 4, which is like odds wise, you probably would have better odds. You took out a team instead of going to game 5. It would be smarter, but it's risky. Is the team willing to do that? Is they willing to risk? Do they have that plan? I mean, if they have the cards for it, if they have the plan for it, maybe. But I think it's really risky. I don't know.
And I think that risk is not created equal. I mean, there's some teams, specifically one team that I can think of and off the top of my head that would struggle to win a game 5. So maybe that team, whoever they are going to be big fans of
That's true.
I don't know, maybe going for broke in game 4. I mean, we're going to see. I'm really excited. And JD, I'm excited to have another week with you on the pod that we can hype up and get ready for game 4 together. So thank you all for watching this episode of the official Board Wars podcast. And we'll see you next week.